Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Saturday morning, busy editing this video. Not going to talk too much about the video. Basically it's comp number 4 for Inanda. Have a watch. Yeah, wasn't my best performance, made a good couple of mistakes, and stick around to the end. I'm going to talk about the day because I actually made mistakes even afterwards. I actually cost myself, I only realized afterwards, I cost myself 2 points in our league standing, which could make a big difference at the end of the season. You know what, if it's not your time or your day, it just wasn't your day. Oh, yeah. Came unpinned, guys. Can you believe that? Nice thing. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'm just gonna get a limit, toss around the little worm. Once I've got my limit, then I'm gonna worry about upgrading these fish. But I think it might just get really tough later on, so I don't wanna put myself in a situation. Well guys, we lost the frogfish this morning, which was a really nice fish. I went into the back of that bay and I had a really big wake follow my frog, and yes, I cast it, I did whatever I could to it. I went a little bit out and then another person moved in behind me, so I just left it and I came back out completely. And yeah, my brother just phoned me, he just pulled a 54, which is large for competitions, out of there. So that's probably that fish that waked on me. So right, I'm scratching this, everything that happened. I need to reset. I'm making like about a 15-20 minute run to another spot, another bay, and I'm gonna fish it thoroughly, slowly. I just want to get a limit now and take it from there, but just need to reset the mind, that's all. Oh, come on, man. Like, really? What the actual hell? Come on. Can't believe my luck. I mean, seriously guys, that was my luck. I'll just get here and then these guys, I mean, what can I do? It's their spot, not mine. But yeah, so pretty much this bay is wrecked for a while at least. I'm gonna hang around because I can't keep running all over. Sorry guys, we've been out of a loop for a while now. I only realized every time I put this thing on record, it would show that it's recording, but it wouldn't count down. I don't know, some error. I switched it off completely, put it away for a couple of minutes, and oh, it's fine. I think it's the sun. I think it's overheating problems. Not much has changed. I am getting on fish now. I've caught a couple of smaller fish. Just not given up in the big fish bite, but you know, the frogs and stuff. But yeah, it just doesn't seem to be the deal today. So all I want to do right now is get a decent limit. Smaller fish. I literally just put it on. This is when yeah, that was still the same cast. So I said I'm getting on the fish. They're all smaller and I just can't seem to get onto the legal size ones. Yep, this one is also not a legal size fish. So, well, you don't need them to be 30 for small craft, but I'm not submitting a bag that doesn't have 5 fish of over 50 on it, or 3 fish, or whatever the case is. It's not happening. But at least I'm getting fish now, so yeah, makes you feel better a little bit. So I'll just work this area thoroughly until I get my full limit, and then I'll do whatever. Oh goodness me, I just got smoked. Smoked. Oh, this is a really super lazy hook set. Okay, here's a little bit of, I think there's might be a couple of fish here on this spot. Let's see. As I said, I think there's a couple of fish in this spot. That one might actually make fishes. It's going to be a line burner. Anyways guys, no, that's not going to make 30, but point made. Still sitting in the same spot, 3 casts, 2 fish, 3 bites. So there's a couple of fish out here. I'm gonna weed through them and see if I can't get it back quick. Okay guys, here's the plan. I worked that spot that you saw where I caught like 2 directly in a row. I caught like, caught a number of them, but literally every single one is 28 to 29 centimeters under the limit. So like, what? How's it possible that there's so many the exact same size fish in one little spot? Anyways, I made a mistake coming this side of the dam, side that I don't normally fish. Comte probably should not have done that. Well, not probably, I shouldn't have done it. It's enough story. So I'm gonna make my way back to the front where we actually have the registration, and that's close to my areas. I'm just gonna fish my way down there and see what happens. Usually can put together a little limit on the front there, usually. So let me just go work that, get a little limit going, and yeah, I mean, still a lot of time left, lots of time left. I think there's like 5 hours left, or 5.5 hours. What's the time now? To give you guys an idea of how much time I've actually wasted on stuff that I shouldn't have. Yeah, shoot. Okay, only 5 hours left, and in fishing 5 hours goes quick. So I'm making my way back there. I'm gonna make a pit stop on the island. Everybody that fishes in Inanda should know about the island here by the campsites. I'm gonna fish around it, see what happens there, and maybe pick up 1 or 2 fish there, and then just make my way back. Take it from there. If I get lucky and hook into a nice good one, then hey, awesome. If not, it's just not meant to be, hey? It's just not meant to be. But not giving up. We're gonna give it horns. Yeah. Yep. Come on, bang up. Oh. Yep. Keeper, grootly maar keeper. Til het pad. Guys, gonna make a run that was nearly flat to the front where we launched. Gonna work that area just to try and pick up the last few keepers. Not bad. I'm actually not happy, but I'm not super upset right now because I've got a respectable bag now. I never should have left here this morning ever. It was the biggest mistake I made. Dinner! Well, I went daar het maak, is die vraag. Ja, jy maak daar het doen. Just know it's not your name in that. It was actually a keeper. Can you? I thought it was small now. It went all that to Daisy. Yes, it was a stressful day. Ja, hier 21. Dan maar vis tot weer laaste minuut, jy weet nooit nie. Well, ladies and gents, as you can see there, I had yeah, didn't have the best of days. I made a good couple of errors. I couldn't get the fish pinned. I had fish drop. I had some bad luck, but most of it was my own fault, honestly. Let's just start off with rod selection on my frog. Big mistake. I was throwing a buzz toad. Now generally you want a rod with a little bit more tip, and I know this. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. And what I went and did was took my Helios, my 7.3 heavy, but it's a 2 ounce rated heavy, so it's a beefy stick, which I usually use for punching and hollow body frogs and like heavy jigs and stuff like that. And I put a frog on it. Mistake. I have a tactical frogging rod which has got a nice soft tip that I didn't use for I don't know what reason. It was just silly, because yes, you saw one frogfish that I lost, but I had a bunch that didn't hook up, pulling the legs off, stuff like that on the frogs. So basically what that tells me is they didn't get enough time to actually get the bait in. It is what it is, eh? That frogfish would have made a big difference, because I mean, it wasn't a big fish. It was a 40 to 45-ish, yeah, mid 40s, and considering that would have added on like 13 centimeters to my score, that's a big thing. And then I had a couple out of that unpinned. I mean, I had a fish on the lipless, and I honestly thought it was a dink. It got hung up in the grass. Obviously it was swimming towards me, and I lackadaisically started kicking forward until I got to it, and I realized, wait, this is actually a good fish. And as I reached for it, it just unpinned and swam away. And got a couple of other also unpinned and swam away. Yeah. And it didn't end there, everyone. Yeah, I made a bit of a boo-boo with the scoring as well. I had a fish, that big fish, that weighed in at 47.5. Well, that's the fish that I submitted, but if you're actually going on this video, that fish came in at 48 centimeters. I went through my photos, because we take multiple pictures, and the one photo, the fish was actually touching 48 centimeters, the line. So that cost me 5 millimeters, which is not a hell of a lot, but in our main score for our league, not for Saba, but for the league, it was 2 guys tied at 117.5, so they each got 90 points. I had 117 dead, and I got 88 points. So that's 2 points that I threw away unnecessarily, just being stupid. Doesn't sound like much, but the thing is, currently in the league, I'm leading it by 14 points. I think it's 14 points over second place, and 16 points is a lot better than 14 points. Trust me. At the end of a season, you have 1 or 2 bad comps, and everything changes. Then those 2 points could really make a big difference. We're gonna have to go through the whole season, another 4 comps, to see whether it would have an actual impact on me or not. Time will tell. Anyways, yeah, anyone that knows about SD cards, I got a lot of SD errors on my GoPro on the day, like a lot. I'll put one up on the screen now. I was using a 128 gigabyte card on my GoPro, and that's an old GoPro Hero 4 Black. Apparently it's only supposed to take a 64 max gigabyte card, but I mean, I've been using it for months, and I only used to pick up like 1 error or so. Yeah, I know, I had multiple errors on the day, so many fish catches I couldn't even put in. So I don't know if it was just a bad day for the camera or not. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna have to make a plan before I go to Cape Town to get a bunch of like 32 gigs, because I've never had errors with them before. So I'm gonna have to get a couple of 32 gig SD cards for this trip. Yeah, anyways, as always, everyone, please comment, like and subscribe. Yeah, hit the subscription button and hit your notification bell, and you'll know exactly when I post another video, because I am actually going fishing tomorrow at a place other than Inanda for a change. That's awesome. So hopefully we get on them, catch a couple of good fish, and I can make an awesome video for you guys. Anyway, everyone, take care. If you're going fishing tomorrow, tight lines, and I hope you catch a big one. Cheers, everyone.